Good evening to DeFiChain News on the 14th June 2023. The news show that provides you with the latest updates on DeFiChain project. If you like the show, then let's go crazy on the like button. It helps the project. Subscribe and click the bell button. And for sure, stay until the end because we will discuss the next shows and dates. Afterwards, we also have some time to answer your questions, so please put them here in the chat. But before we start with the headline, I would like to welcome on this best day in the year, it's my birthday, welcome Mark to this show. How are
Happy
you?
Birthday to you. Happy Birthday.
Ja,
Herzliche Gratulation. Mir geht's gut. Ich hoffe, dir geht's gut heute. Oh, in English.
In English.
Sorry, I'm still in German show. Hey, I'm fantastic. Hey, hopefully you feel amazing on your birthday.
Yes,
Congratulations,
sure.
my friend.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, Christian Patterson already mentioned it in the chat, so then we can also announce it.
Okay, so that was a little bit a giveaway, Christian. Okay, cool.
Great. I see you are not at home, yeah, missing green screen. Thanks for joining.
I've got a white screen. I've got a white screen today. Also
Okay.
pretty, yeah?
Thanks for joining in the news show. The highlight of the week, and a lot of things happened in this week also. I would say we jump in the headlines and then you have 30 minutes.
I've got the honor
maximum.
and 30 minutes.
To tell us a little bit about. These are the headlines for today. We will talk about the altcoin bloodbath. For sure, we have our DMC, the testnet, finally live. Some updates on this side. Quantum Bridge 2.0 is also an update, and then we come to the regular points, notable mentions, community projects and updates, and the future dates. And with this, we recognized in the German show, it's a lot of things we have to talk about. I would say we jump in with the altcoin bloodbath. So what happened? Let us explain a little bit. And how was it for DeFiChain?
Absolutely. See, I'm wearing a red shirt today. It
was I have the bull, no?
Yeah, you're the bull, I'm the bear here, as it seems. Yeah, hey, indeed, as you mentioned it already, it was really a crazy week. Altcoins got slaughtered. It was really crazy. Why did it all happen? So the SEC in the US is suing Binance, and then immediately after that, they said they're gonna sue Coinbase. They said they are trading securities, and that's against the law. At least the SEC sees it like this, and they also published a list of coins that they think that are securities. And of course, the market was reacting extremely bearish on the whole announcement, and a lot of altcoins started selling off like hell. So there are really altcoins that are really, they lost like 20-30% in a couple of days. It was one of the biggest drops in this bear market if you look at the altcoins. The surprisingly good news was here, I mean, maybe not so surprising, that DeFiChain was holding up really, really well in this bloodbath. There are several reasons maybe for that. We're gonna discuss that a little bit later. But as it seems, DeFiChain was holding up really, really, really well. And DC, maybe you can put a slide on the screen. It's pretty small to see, but DC checked how DeFiChain compared to other altcoins performed over the last couple of days. And you mentioned it before, DeFiChain compared to Bitcoin was like ±0. There was not so much happening on our side, but other coins got really under immense pressure here. They were selling off like hell. So somewhere on the list, people said, oh my God, if the SEC blacklists them, what's going to happen? Are they going to be delisted? I think some exchanges also started delisting coins. And of course, there was a panic in the market. People said, I might not be able to sell them anymore. Let's sell them now. And that's why prices dropped dramatically. DC and me, we were kind of brainstorming a little bit what could be the reason why DeFiChain was holding up actually quite well in that bloodbath. I think we see, first of all, that DeFiChain was not mentioned on the list. That's, I think, good news. I think we are very, very positive that DeFiChain is for sure not a security. We were also a little bit lucky in that way that we've been not listed on these exchanges. So there was no massive sell-off possible. And I think over the last time, DeFiChain was, of course, over the bear market also not performing that well. Not worse than other coins, but I think a lot of people who got frustrated and had like kind of enough or thought, oh, it's not going to happen and DeFiChain is all lost, what we don't believe, of course, but they sold. And I think we see that the weekends kind of sold already. So DeFiChain was holding up really, really nicely. And we outperformed over the last couple of days tremendously other blockchains out there. What I think is really worth a positive mention here, because we were quite relaxed when that happened. And I was looking on my portfolio and not much dropped. The smaller portions of other altcoins that I had, of course they dropped, but my main holding is DeFiChain. So I was actually quite safe. That was actually really, really cool. We also had a look at DUSD. We didn't see a lot of DUSD sells over the last couple of days. Sometimes when there's panic in the market, people are selling whatever they have, regardless if it's DFI, if it's DUSD. We didn't see a lot, right? The CEO said there was more or less no big sell-off. We had one little bit larger sale today. So DUSD was holding up quite nicely. And that's also a positive thing to mention, because it seems that people are strong and even not everything is singing and dancing with USD. I think we mentioned that many times already, but we are going into kind of a right direction. The burn bot is doing its job. A lot of the USD got burned as well. And like you said it, I mean, you mentioned it, looks like the weak hands are gone and everybody's waiting for DMC. You put a tweet from Kügi in the show notes also, where Kügi is always monitoring what's going on with DUSD and how is DUSD behaving, what's the burn bot doing, and that looks actually quite promising. I wouldn't say that we solved the problem, but we are in a good way. Things are moving in a positive direction. And you did something I really didn't capture that. I didn't have this on the screen that I was traveling, but you made a poll with the community and you said, guys, where do you see the price actually of DFI compared to Bitcoin until the end of July? And we saw it was a kind of a mixed bag, but 41% expect a higher DFI price in BTC at the end of July. 33% see a lower price. So that means a couple of people are undecided, if I interpret the numbers correctly. Is that right?
Yeah, but I would say it's a big success, because maybe 6 weeks ago, if we had made the same poll, the picture was different. Yeah, everybody would say at this time, okay, it will go down. And now we have this mixed picture with a slight positive direction. So maybe we are in this bottom area and looking outside to better times.
Absolutely. No, I think that's I see it as a positive, absolutely a positive sign. Let's do this again. Would
we
be
will
really
do it.
interested. Yeah, I think it's good to see, right? 600 people is a nice sample already of people who are definitely maybe invested, following DeFiChain, and I think they see that DeFi meta chain is on our doorstep. A lot is happening, and people are getting more positive again. Yeah.
And with this, we come to the next topic. Why are people more positive? You mentioned it before. DeFi meta chain, our big update. Also, something happened this week. It's a regular point, more or less now. The testnet went finally live, and let us explain what is this testnet about and what happened.
Yeah, so the last couple of weeks we had a testnet called FloppyNet. So this was like kind of a less stable testnet. The idea was that rollbacks can be done very quickly, and you could start testing already, but it was not something that was always available. So now a new testnet is available. It's now called Changi. Changi testnet is a testnet where there are not going to be so many rollbacks. The thing is more stable. It's open for everyone. We learned that, I didn't know that Ethereum has several testnets. So it seems that DeFiChain has also, or DeFi meta chain has now several testnets. Changi is a cool name actually because it's the largest airport in Singapore. It's maybe the best airport in the world. I think that's a good name for it. You know, a lot of people can land and take off. It gives the picture a lot is happening there, and a lot of people jumped on the new testnet and started playing around with it. Really important step was done. One of the points that we want to mention here, that a block explorer is available. MyDefichain started a web page. Link is in the show notes already, where you can actually see what's happening on DeFi MetaChain. Because the big problem is it's very hard to see what's happening, right? So you need a tool, and our DeFi scan, that is for the native DeFi chain, cannot capture this. So a new block explorer was necessary. And MyDefichain, great job. Hey, thanks so much for the work. Put a new block explorer up there, and it's really fancy, nice to see, and you see what's happening there. Check that out, absolutely. Then what else do we have here? So everybody can test. So now you will see, how do I test? I don't have DFI on the testnet. There's a new faucet. A faucet is nothing else that you can say, hey, I need a couple of DFI on DeFi MetaChain. Can I play around with that? That's also available, and it's in the show notes. It's also, I think the faucet is managed by my DeFiChain team
Also
as well, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One thing you missed from MyDefichain, you can also use their infrastructure. If you have a Web3 application like MetaMask, you can connect to MyDefichain infrastructure, testnet-dmc.mydefichain.com. Link is also in the show note. Yeah, so they are really pushing the thing that everyone can build now on our EVM layer.
Cool. Yeah, they're doing really a lot of great work here. If you ask yourself, where's the birthday research with their block explorer, because they are building the other block explorer on the native DeFiChain layer, it's in the making. It's going to be rolled out pretty soon. And check for updates here. It's going to come pretty soon. Should be live beginning of next week, so in a couple of days. Then you've got 2 block explorers. Amazing, because normally on a blockchain there are also separate, I think 2 or 3 block explorers on DeFiChain, as I remember. They're independent. Can be that one block explorer is down. At the end, it's an application, right, hosted on a server or some virtual machine somewhere out in the cloud. So check that out. It's always good to have 2. So really awesome news.
A really great update. Finally, testnet, DeFi MetaChain live, running. Everyone can work on. If you follow our community, for example, on Twitter, you see a lot of things are happening. Kugi is observing more or less the complete day what's happening there, which token are created. Looks like now DEXs are built or transferred from the Ethereum side. So people are really jumping on it on the first days and are trying to do something with the blockchain. That's a really great update. And compared to this update, the next update we have on our list here is, it sounds like a small update, but it's also a very big one. Quantum Bridge 2.0. What does it mean?
Great name. The Quantum Bridge was launched a couple of months ago. So Quantum Bridge is a decentralized bridge where you can easily swap from Ethereum chain to DeFi chain. So you can actually swap one token from one state, so from Ethereum side to DeFi chain side. That was working flawlessly. Really cool interface. Was built by the birthday research team. The only problem we had, or the challenge was, it was a question of liquidity. If you want to come in, and on the inside there were not enough minted tokens that you could actually swap your Ethereum token to the DeFi chain token, then you had to come back at a later time and check out or do smaller tranches just to get your swap across. And the idea is, if a lot of people want to join DeFi chain, then of course this should be like kind of effortlessly as possible. And they came up with a pretty simple but pretty smart at the same time idea. They introduced a queue function. A queue function is nothing else that a swap can be queued. As explained it one time, it's kind of order book, but not like a traditional order book on an exchange, but you kind of put your transaction there and then you forget about it. And as soon as the liquidity is provided, Then you swap. It's a one-on-one swap anyway, so there's no risk that you lose over time, that there's like the prices are going up and down. One Bitcoin is always going to be a Bitcoin, and then these swaps are going to be executed, and the address that you provide is going to be the landing place where the swapped tokens are going to land. So anytime you want, you go on the website of the Quantum Bridge and you swap it over, and it's going to be executed. And you can also kind of set a time if you want to be executed as soon as possible at a certain time. So that makes it super, super easy. No coming back. You don't lose time. You're sure it's in the list. And as soon as the list is going to be executed, you are done there. So that's really, I think, a very small feature with a lot of utility and makes the thing so much more easy to use. Awesome.
Yeah, really great. Maybe in addition, the devs from Berkeley Research also mentioned 72 hours at least or maximum time the transaction should be done. So that's the maximum time spent they need to mint the token. I think here it's the weekend if you hit it and no one is available. Normally it should be faster. Yeah, so that you have an impression how long you can wait.
Cool.
Thanks, Mark, for the explanations. Then we come to our regular points, notable mentions. What else happened this week?
Yeah, quite a cool thing happened. We minted the 3 millionth block on DeFiChain. Crazy, yeah? 3 million blocks. It happened shortly after the last news show. So you said before it's old news. So it's about 7 days old. But yeah, congratulations. DeFiChain, we have 3 million blocks strong already. Check it out on the DeFi scan live. You can see which block is actually the active block, but we passed the 3 million block already. There's also a blog article. That's the next point where you can find, so it's on the DeFiChain blog page. Links in the show notes is blog.defichain.com, where always latest updates about DeFiChains are posted. It deals with the topic evolution of DeFiChain from UTXO to MetaChain. I think that's the interesting one. If you want to understand better where do we come from, where we're heading to, check out the blog post that was posted on the DeFiChain blog. And then another thing, some people might have forgotten about that already. There was actually a pool on Uniswap that was incentivized. 3 pools, yeah, really. So it was DFI to USDC, I think, DFI to USDT, right?
And BNB, I think.
And it was, or was it DFI to wrapped BTC? I don't know. There were 3 pools, and they were kind of the pool. The rewards were fueled by a CFP that was done some time ago. And the only problem was that you have to claim your rewards. So I think on the website, through the MetaMask, you had to claim the rewards. So if you haven't done that yet, do it. There's still 88,000 DFI left. But yeah, they are running out soon. So if you haven't claimed your rewards, do that now. What's going to happen after the rewards are kind of used up that have been provided through the community funding proposals? Then it's going to be a kind of real yield on Uniswap. That means if somebody swaps on Uniswap, then you're going to participate in the trading fees. So that's what happens normally on decentralized exchanges anyway. Not every decentralized exchange like the DeFiChain one is providing high rewards. So yeah, the pool's going to stay there. Of course, liquidity going to be there, but don't forget to claim your rewards.
Yep. And with this, we are coming to our favorite topic of the news show, community projects and the updates. Also here, a longer list.
Yeah, it's always nice to see what happens here, right? So community project.
Okay.
Made or recorded a YouTube video, how to profit from future swaps on DeFiChain. A nice tutorial, check it out. Yeah, if you want to learn more, what's the future swap? How can you benefit from it? How is this done? Check it out. Link is, like always, in the show notes. Then there's a new interesting idea from 4 guys from DeFiChain. It's called DeFiChain Roundtable. It's kind of a new project. It's more like a conversational format where Paddy, Bene, Küge, and Andreas are coming together. It's a non-scripted format where they are planning, I think they did one already, where they discuss topics around DeFiChain. And I've heard that they might introduce or invite different guests also to the show. I think it's going to be interesting to see how that evolves, especially if it's non-scripted. It's like really small talk around DeFiChain, around the topic, really curious about watching these episodes.
One hint. There's a drawback. It's currently only in German, so the first episode was German.
Okay.
They are thinking also about the English version, but everyone understanding German, have a look. It's a great episode.
Cool. Yeah, fantastic. Then Paddy, that we just mentioned, is part of the roundtable as well. His newsletter was released, the latest edition of his newsletter, and it has several topics in it. One is on the way to completion, the DeFiChain Testnet is live. Second one was Quantum Q is live, a solution to liquidity problems. Third topic was new project DeFi bets on DeFiChain. Fourth one, DEX trading live, trading on DeFiChain DEX, and potential impacts of Jelly stake on the DFI price. Check it out. There's a German and English version of the newsletter available. Link, like always, in the show notes. Then a really interesting topic that we had several times already. There was a DEX trading mastery. And the idea was you input some money, I think it was DSD, and now you see how much you can actually generate yield over a certain period of time. On an average, there was a yield created of 38%, what is nice already. But first place goes to the user Max L, the name, maximum yields most likely, maximum L. He gained 110%. And that's absolutely outstanding. And we're gonna see there's gonna be a second round. And I would really love to talk to this guy because 110%, it was, how many weeks was it?
4 weeks, or I think 1 month.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow, doubled his money with his strategies on DeFiChain. So it shows if you do it the right way, you can make some nice juicy gains also in the bear market. You don't always have to go to always need the price to go up to make some gains. This guy did a really smart move. There's a tweet from DEX Trading Mastery, and it's in the show notes. And then we've got our colleagues from DeFiChain Italia. They started a cooperation with Crypto Agora. That's an Italian channel, and they want to talk there, or they're going to do a cooperation about cryptocurrencies. They have already 1,500 subscribers. Link in the show notes. And yeah, it's a Telegram channel, what I see, and there's a lot of information, I think, published. Every Monday, they will publish a crisp version, how they wrote, of the news of the week on their Telegram channel. It's cool. It's really cool because DeFiChain Italia was like it's completely independent from the German community in some way, and to see something happening in different languages, that's absolutely really fantastic to see.
Yeah, really great. That was all we prepared for today. Then let us have an outlook, future dates, what's happening next here.
So we've got 2 points on on our list here. First of all, of course, Wednesday, always news show. That's like nothing so new, actually, besides we have a lot of news normally. And then we've got Tech Talk with Prasanna as planned. It was rescheduled. There were some complications with the dates. Prasanna was working on DMC, Testnet, Go Live and stuff like this. So he had to postpone, unfortunately, but I'm sure we're gonna have a time and a date soon, and then DC is gonna rock it again together with Prasanna. Prasanna was in the fireside chat, that was 2 weeks ago, and then he's gonna be in the Tech Talk, and he's gonna show you what's happening, what's cooking on DeFiChain pretty soon.
Yeah, that's all. Thanks, Mark, for presenting what's happening on DeFiChain. A lot of things are happening. I'm really happy with the current development. I hope you out there are also have some bullish feelings. I hope you are staying good, have a great time, and then we see you here on the channel next week with the news show. If you are watching live, then stay until a short break. We can answer the one or other questions. And for sure, don't forget, give us a like, helps the channel to grow, and then see you soon. Have a great time.
Thank you very much for hosting DC on your birthday. Happy birthday again.
Thanks. See you soon.
Thanks, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Here we are. Then I have to check the comments. Jack Daljim is here as usually.
He's on fire.
Like a notification is activated. Yeah, that's a must-have more or less. Christian Patterson also here, like usually on both formats, German and English one. Matthew Unwin is also a regular guest. Kosan Zibi.
Hey, that's our
South Africa.
From South Africa. Hello.
Also here again. Yeah. Greetings. Thanks a lot. I will now celebrate a little bit with the family after the show, and yeah, that's all. No questions. Mark.
No questions. Yeah, I don't know.
Looks everyone is happy.
Yeah, let me ask a question. What's for dinner on your birthday? Any special thing planned?
No special thing.
Our time.
No, nothing special. On the weekend, my parents will come to visit us then, but no, not.
Cool. Fantastic. Hey, then celebrate the evening or spend some time with your family. Thanks for being on, even on your birthday. And yeah, have a great rest of the week, everybody out there, and especially UDC. Feeling older or?
Nothing happened. It's just a day.
Nothing happened. It's just another day in DeFiChain land. Fantastic. Cool, DC.
Yeah.
Nice to see you tonight. Have a great one. Take care.
You too. See you soon. Bye-bye together.
Bye-bye. Take care.